Welcome to the world of Autec, where tradition meets technology. This instructional video will guide you step by step on how to properly maintain and operate ASM880A. In this section, we will show you how to disassemble and reassemble the unit. To disassemble, pull up the hopper with the hopper lid. Next, pull the front cover up and out towards you. Then, pull up the hopper base. Pull the rice guide up and out towards you. Next, push the spring block inward, then pull the forming roller B towards you and out. Repeat with forming roller A. Hold the feeding cutter unit by the bar and pull up and out towards you. Move the wrapping unit to the left, then pull up. Finally, pull out the slide tray towards you. To reassemble, insert the slide tray and be sure to align it with the guide rail. Position the wrapping unit with the size mark facing you on the left, then insert into the wrapping unit guide. Next, hold the feeding cutter unit at an angle so you can push it into the feeding cutter unit holder until it's locked in. Generously spray Autec oil on feeding roller A. Do not spray Autec oil on feeding roller B. Locate the forming roller's corresponding color labels on the main unit, then insert forming roller A accordingly by aligning the hole at the end of the roller with the main unit's drive pin. Then, push the spring block inward and insert the roller into the roller axis. Repeat with forming roller B. Spray Autec oil onto the inner area of the rice guide generously. Then, insert the rice guide by hooking in the bottom green portion of the unit with the forming roller B and push all the way in until you hear a click. Next, spray Autec oil generously onto the hopper base and place it into the main unit with the gear side down. Finally, place the front cover onto the main unit, followed by the hopper with the hopper lid. In this section, we will show you how to operate ASM880A. Before production begins, always make sure the emergency button is off. Next, turn the power on. At this point, the display screen should show the code FFF. If it does, the robot is ready to begin production and you can push the start button. Pour in the shari or sushi rice into the hopper and push the start button to begin producing rice sheets. Once the rice sheet is produced, place roll ingredients onto it. Then, press the start button again for the robot to roll the rice sheet. To roll the rice sheet once or twice, hold down the supply wrap button. As you can see, the robot will operate under factory default settings if no programming has been set. Should you prefer to specify the thickness, length, position, density, and wrap strength of your rice sheet, ASM880A has the ability to program up to 3 personalized settings, which we will show you how to do next. To program your personalized settings, select a program number by pressing the Select button. Next, press the Mode button and select the feature you'd like to update: thickness, length, position, density, and wrapping strength. Then specify those rice sheet features through the plus button, which is to increase, or the minus button, which is to decrease. How do these features affect the rice sheet? Thickness controls the depth of the rice sheet. Length controls the size of the rice sheet. Position specifies where the rice sheet is delivered from on the wrapping unit. Density controls the density of the rice sheet. Wrapping strength controls how tightly the rice sheet is rolled. How do the personalized settings work? If Program 1 was set with the settings thickness 3.6, length 100, position 0, density 25, wrapping strength 1, then your sushi roll will be produced accordingly. Same with Program 2 and 3. Should you decide to change the size of the rolls, you will need to change the wrapping unit accordingly as shown. What are the different types of wrapping units and what do they create? For Hazmaki roll, use the S unit. For uramaki, use SMA unit. For futomaki, use L unit. Here are some helpful tips on producing the best maki rolls. Roll ingredients should be placed onto this section of the rice sheet. Always follow the exact recipes of sushi rolls so that you have the correct amount of roll ingredients inside. Never overstuff the roll, as the robot will not be able to fully wrap the rice sheet. Leave a little room on the seaweed so that when it's rolled, the ends will stick nicely. The following are useful functions on ASM880A and how they work. A rice sheet counter is located on the front display panel to keep you updated on your production rate at all times. To reset the counter to 0, press and hold the clear button. A heat retention function is available with this machine. Feeding function discards leftover sushi rice in the robot and eliminates the need to take out all of the unit parts to clear out the robot. This function is engaged by pressing and holding the function button until the hopper is cleared out. The lock function allows the user to secure their programmed settings by pressing and holding the mode button after you have finished setting your programs. To unlock, press and hold the mode button again. To clean robot parts, wash each part by hand with a soft sponge. Do not use the dishwasher or a hard sponge. All parts should be air-dried. To clean the main unit, wipe out the inside of the machine with a soft cloth with a focus on the sensors. Do not wash down the main unit with water. Here are some helpful tips for ASM880A. Whenever an error message appears on the display screen, try pressing the clear button first. Usually, this will solve most error issues. For E2 error, make sure the front cover is installed correctly. Then, press the clear button. For EC, EA, E9 errors, remove all of the parts from the main unit. Then, return only the slide tray, wrapping unit, and front cover back on, and turn the robot on. Next, press the clear button and then the start button. Once the errors are no longer displayed, return all parts back into the robot and begin production. For EF, EC, EA error, make sure the slide tray and wrapping unit is assembled correctly. Then, press the clear button. All error codes and solutions are listed on the error display page of your operation manual. Sensors should always be clean and clear of any debris or parts. The following issues can usually be solved by cleaning the sensors on the robot. The left display screen shows what you will see if the robot is having any issues with the rice sensors. The right display screen shows a robot that is ready for production. If the stirring shafts will not move, first check the robot sensors, located on the inside and middle of the robot, are clear of any debris. Then, check to see if the rice guide was installed correctly and not blocking the sensors. If the robot will not operate even though the display screen shows FFF, check to see if the sensors are clean and cleared of any debris or parts. That concludes this guide for how to operate and maintain ASM880A. Thank you for choosing Autec for your sushi business needs, and please visit www.sushimachines.com for more information.